We called you all in here today to bring you up to date on major changes to the layout of our fair. It can be risky business to tinker with a fair. We've learned that in the past.
The York Fair announced a bunch of changes that are going to be coming for the fall season. Gene Shank was talking about how people don't like a lot of changes with the York Fair, and yet this time he thinks people are really going to enjoy it.
Ours is a traditional fair, and we have livestock shows and horticultural displays and exhibits that you won't find any place but here.
The main focus is on making everything easier for people coming to the fair.
Some people get really irritated if you change the slightest little thing with the York Fair. But recognizing that, we also know that we have to upgrade the fair experience for the hundreds of thousands of people we want to come here.
There's a new, huge midway that's going to be called Broadway, 45 feet across, about 1,700 feet long, that's going to connect the rides to Memorial Hall. And I think that's really going to help drive traffic right to the middle of the fairgrounds.
Customer surveys showed us, for example, that most people come here for the food. So our general manager, Mike Froelich, created boulevards with picnic tables and umbrellas so people could sit down and actually enjoy the great fair food you find when you come out here.
And that's all going to converge at a place called Times Square, time with a Y, because they're kind of harkening back to the old-fashioned days. There's also going to be the Old Main Mall. It's a huge grass area. They're hoping people are going to bring like picnic blankets, grab a chair, kind of sit down and relax. And that kind of leads to the next point, which is food. They're going to have an increased focus on food. They did surveys. Everybody really loves the food. They're going to have new vendors, and they're going to announce those soon. And also more places just to sit down, more picnic tables, that kind of thing.
He also eliminated bottlenecks and narrow pathways and pushed the parking areas out to the perimeter. And he's been generally creating an experience which is halfway between a big fair and a theme park.
It could be a water thing, it could be a giant gazebo. I call it what Disney does. There's no back doors at Disney. Everything's a front door. So that's what I'm trying to do here also. And some of these buildings here, the Arts Hall there behind the Altland House, those areas we've had a lot of trucks and stuff. We're trying to clean that areas up. So there's anywhere you walk, anywhere you are supposed to walk on the fairgrounds, you always see a front, always see a nice thing. And so that's why when we brought the boulevard down, I wanted to get this grassy area, and that just plays right into the landscaping of it.
Another big change is the Great Country Radio Stage. That was at the front of Memorial Hall. It's now going to be moved to the east side. Right in that parking lot area, there's a natural slope, and I think that's going to really help people with sight lines and also not make it such a roadblock to everything. So big changes coming to the York Fair. The admission price is not going to change as a result, but should have a lot easier time getting around.